Dear students of Class 9 Home Science, today we learn Chapter 7. Chapter 7 consists of the topic Child Development and Family Environment. As we all know that the first 5 years is very important for the basic foundations of the full development of a child. So in this lesson we learn how we should ensure a child's full development by considering these factors. Okay, for the first few years of child's life is very important for their development, as I told you all earlier. And to make their life fulfilled, developed, we have to go through some steps like breastfeeding within 1 hour, response as quickly, sleep closely, give adequate time to the children. These are all important attributes in a child's life. Now let's start discussion regarding these points. Now, feeding mother's milk within 1 hour after birth is a very important thing. It is one way, it is very scientific because research has been shown that the child has very sucking capabilities within an hour. So if in that time if the mother breastfeed their child, the mother can easily handle how to breastfeed their child, and they feel also comfort, and they also get milk easily because of sucking capabilities of the child. Number one. Number two is there is ties or relation bonding created when the child becomes so close to her mother. That is another important benefit. There is a huge benefit of breastfeed baby. First of all, the most important thing is breastfeeding helps to boost immune system of the baby, so that the baby can easily fight with the disease. It is called that it is a first vaccine. Breast milk is the first vaccine, and human milk or breast milk helps to maintain mature immune system, decrease the risk of childhood cancer also. And not only the immune system also only, but also the other functions of the body like digestive system, our respiratory system, heart and circulatory system, all the system can work properly, can function properly if the child get breast milk, because breast milk enhance, stimulate this thing. As I told you earlier that it gives a mother a warmth feeling while feeding, breastfeeding, but this also there are some scientific benefits, like we know that breast milk has colostrum. It has various immunological active cell, antibody, and other protein rich curative foods which prevents from any contagious diseases. And you know that breastfeeding also stimulates the digestive system of the child, so that the first stool, which is called meconium, can easily releases from the intestine, and it can also lessen the possibilities of jaundice, because if the stool releases, it helps to prohibit the germs of jaundice to stay in the intestine of the children, of the baby. Okay, so this is very important. And at the same time, what the mother's benefit is that there is a hormone which is called happy hormone, that is oxytocin, that is released while mothers give breastfeeding their child, and which gives a mother a very feeling of good comfort, uh, pleasure. So that we can say that breastfeeding is very important for both mothers and child's life. To create the environment, the father has a very important role also. As you see that in the developed countries, like father also get paternity leave, so that they can help their mother to nurture their babies. And how they can help, they can make arrangement of necessary foods for the nutrition of mother. They can make opportunities to keep the mother and child together. the father can do some essential home works at home so that mother can get rest, and the father can also help to take care of their other children if any. And the father at the same time father also be conscious about the mental health of the mother, so he should be very sympathetic to the lactating mothers, so that the mother can easily take care of her newborn baby. The first important language for the child is cry. Through crying, the baby actually attracts others' attention. Normally, the baby cries for two reasons. One is if he or she is hungry, and another is if he or she facing any kind of discomfort. And so, how can we ensure comfort? We can ensure comfort by giving foods when the child is hungry, and make arrangements to remove physical discomforts, like, for example, not to keep the child in wet bed, clean bowel secretion properly, take correct measures for stomach pain. But as you know, there is a method that is called burping method. So after feeding, the child has to burp so that the excess acidity or excess gases can come out, so that the child can get comfort. So this thing must be ensured to give child a very soothing environment. So in this slide you see that there are some activities. Here we child has increased their sense of security, like the during showering, messaging, or fooding, and especially while the child sleep. We have to ensure that whether he or she will not suddenly wake up at the at hearing some sound. So that is very important. And these comfort feeling give a child a sense of security, sense of confidence, and which helps a child's development. For first few years of life, it is necessary to sleep with the child, so that mother understand the needs of the child at night, and it becomes easy to feed the mother's milk. Time to the child is a very important factor for child development, because it helps children to become more confident. And research has been shown that the if the child get proper comfort, proper time from their parents, they have less problems in their later life. So it is very important to give adequate quality time to the children's uh, for their development. Now, lesson 2 and 3, we will learn the importance of family relation on child development. We are just discussing about the family environment, and we also ensure the relationship among the other family members. That is very important thing. So here you see what is written here. When mother entered into child's room, then the child becomes happy. If mother takes him in lap, he keeps hand on her mother, play with her. The child takes shelter in mother's bosom. When he becomes afraid of fear, relation with mother begins immediately after birth. Soft touch of mother, affection, love, everything develops deep relationship with the children. That intimate relationship with father also helps children's better development. Sometimes it gives more strong contribution in intellectual, social, and emotional development of a child than mother. Here you see that the father can participate in children's different activities, like computer, like while the child is studying. And this can help to prevent drug addiction or criminal activities of adolescent period. You may heard the name sibling rivalry. That means not very good relation with the siblings. That is that can be happen in some of the family, but it is very important to make a very good relationship with the siblings because they are also like parents. So, and how the siblings actually help, they can cooperate, share something, they can help, they can give them company, play with them, live together with all. These are the things the siblings can give them. And some behaviors are harmful to develop the family relation and obstructed the development of children. These are no time to give companionship to younger siblings, priority in self interest, jealousy, avoid the company of siblings, quarrel, hating others, neglect them, feeling superior of himself. These are the negative behaviors which can also has a very negative impact on child's development. Now, in the family, uh, the grandparents' role is very important. You know that right now the whole world is thinking that the joint family concept is very important for child's development, because here in a joint family there are other persons, other peoples, other relationship, and so that the children can develop their life with so many important qualities like helping attitude, cooperation, sharing is very important. The child doesn't become very selfish. These are the very important lesson for a child's life. So then in their later life they can also try to adjust with other family. They can try to adopt them, adapt the society. They can also try to adopt the other person, and this lesson can come out if the children get very good company of their grandparents. Now the family disaster, that means crisis. There we'll discuss some of the examples of family crisis, like illness of mother or father, emptiness due to death, separation of parents or divorce, quarrels of parents, differences of opinion, want of understanding to each other, absence of father in the family or dismissed from service, loss in business, or physical torture on mother. Now, the most painful crisis in a family is the death of father or mother. Both parents are equally important in a child's life, but we see that when the father died, there is a financial crisis occurred, and responsibilities, less lack of responsibilities, vacuum has been occur. But in case of mother's death, the child become more helpless, they become more lonely, they become very mentally very uh, emotional, and they feel they cannot actually, this loss cannot bear actually. It's a very painful, very um, huge loss of a person's life, especially a child's life. Severe illness of father and mother also a very and has an impact if the illness time is very long. Okay, if there is a long period of mother or father illness, that will create a crisis in a family. First of all, it has also financial crisis, but on another than that, the children are also deprived from good companion of parents. They become afraid and disappear of losing parents. Now, another family crisis is broken family. Basically, broken family happens due to want of mutual understanding, second marriage, etc., are the causes. So, it also has a great impact on child's development. Now we can discuss about the effects. Definitely, there is a negative effects, and not only the family but also the society and also the personal and professional life. It's a huge effect on a child's life if the family is broken due to some causes. And discuss the principles of guiding children. As you know, in from first lesson, what is that that parents should behave such a way so that the children can learn a very good things, very decent behavior, which they can apply in their life, personal and professional life, and that also helps the children to think of their parents as a role model. Number two is praise. Praise is a very important thing because praise actually inspire the child, and this praise actually helps the children um, mm, to come out with their potentiality, to come out with their talents, come out with their creativity. Number three is punishment. Actually, punishment is a very negative thing which doesn't has that much good impact on a person's life rather than frustration, depression, mental trauma. So, not to punish the child. Eh, Number four is say yes for the child. Basically, this is also the theme of UNICEF, that say yes to children. That means if the children's opinion, children's desire, children's betterment is first, uh, is the first thing, first line, uh, that should be considered. Then exchange feelings with children. Uh, there are some parents who don't want to exchange their feelings. They always become very strict. But this is not the very positive parenting. Parenting must be positive when they can exchange their feelings with the children. And in number 6 and 7, we have to. These are the very important guidelines that to make a very ideal environment for the children and also fulfill the psychological needs of children, because vice versa the health, uh, physical health and mental health, both are equally important for a person's life. Now we will discuss the 3A, that means acceptance, affection, achievement. This 3A represents the happiness for the children. Let's discuss it elaborately. Acceptance means this is for the parents, because if the child is not looking good, or if the child is disabled, sometimes parents can accept it. But no matter what the child is, this is important to accept the child as it is. Number two is affection. Every child needs affection, attachment, and love, because this is also the basic needs of a children. So uh, that this affection helps children to fulfilled with love, and the feeling of trust and security also grows uh, if there is love and affection for the children. And finally, the achievement. Every child wants success. If he can do any work, becomes happy. For that, if good work and areas of good work are raised, he can detect the powerful characteristics of himself or can understand what he can do. This encouragement gives him experience of success, and the child becomes satisfied and happy. So these are the 3A concept which helps a child to become a happy child. And now this is the last end. We have completed this chapter, and we also learned so many things, especially the growth and the development of a children's, and mostly the impact of environment in a child's life. And we also learned some guiding principles which helps to child become success and become happy. And there is a small task for you. You can write it in your book copy, that change some of the negative sentence into positive sentence, which helps for positive parenting. And I think you all go through this chapter and get interest of learning, of getting in this all the informations. If there is any question, you just pass it to me so that I can answer you. Thank you. Thank you all.